tell me when. Hello, we're editors, and you're watching 11FREUNDE Stadionrock.
My favourite team is Ipswich Town, forever in the Championship, Ipswich Town. I first started supporting them. I got given a tiny little strip for Christmas, when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, and followed them ever since. Went to my first match in about 1989 and we won 4-0. Kind of figured that all other games would be like that from that day forward, and that I was, immediately hooked on going.
I support Aston Villa. My mum's best friend always used to give us Aston Villa gifts when we were younger, and they were our local team. The first game that I went to was in 1991, and we beat Tottenham Hotspur 3-2, but me and my brother missed most of the goals because we kept needing the toilet. So yeah, we saw the late winner by David Platt though. He scored an overhead kick in the 90th minute. That's a pretty good first. Yeah.
I'm an Arsenal fan, and the reason I'm an Arsenal fan is because when I was at primary school, starting to play a lot of football, my grandma, my granddad, who passed away before I was born, was an Arsenal fan, and my grandma opened this drawer up, and inside it was all of his old scarves and shirts and various memorabilia, and she told me to take something from there. And yeah, I was looking for a club to support. There weren't there was no top flight clubs where I grew up in England, so Arsenal was as good a choice as any, really, and I followed them fanatically pretty much until rock and roll came into my life, and I started playing the guitar, and football kind of went away from my life a bit. And over the last few seasons, because I live in London now, not far from Emirates, and I've kind of rekindled my following of Arsenal. So
sometimes there is on match days where we clash. There's on the first day of the Premiership this year, it was Arsenal versus Aston Villa, and Villa won away. We're quite good at that, and obviously Tom's an Arsenal fan, so there's slight bits of banter, but I know that when Arsenal come to Villa Park this year, we'll get beaten.
We all look forward to the Saturdays on tour. That's like the most fun days, and we try to schedule it, even though we've got gigs usually on that Saturday, sort of schedule the day around trying to stream as much football in the dressing room as possible. Have an early sound check, get to the midday match, and we watched 3 matches in a row last Saturday, which was pretty brilliant. So it is really important. It's nice to keep up with stuff that really you're such fans of when you're out on tour.
Also, Elliot, who's also in the band, is a Liverpool fan, and so there's a healthy interest from the Premier League contingent as to what's going on. But it's not bitter rivalry; it's banter.
I was at my friend's house, my friend Tim's house. I was watching that. It was a great game. It was a great game. It was just one of those things,
That was a great tournament, wasn't it? We were like 15 years old.
We were in our prime. The primes where we were into football at our peak, probably, and just everybody at school was talking about it. Were you doing the sticker books as well? You're doing all the swapsies.
Everybody tried for weeks on end to recreate the Gascoigne goal against Scotland. Where they chip it up and then slam it in, and then go and do the celebration.
How can you choose between two of those, really? Because Bobby was more my era. I actually looked after his dog when I was growing up. My mum was friends with his wife Elsie, and I think it was when he was going over to look at houses in Portugal when he was managing over there. We looked after his dog for a week. His name was Roger.
Mesut Özil, because Well, I don't know. His effect has been, pretty earth-shattering at Arsenal, and he's just cool. He's cool as hell. He's one of those, players that glides, and he's not a defender. Defenders aren't,
No one
wants to be a defender.
We have a ball that we kick about sometimes.
It's like lead though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the official Aston Villa shot ball, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, we had a kickabout. Where was it? Was it in?
It was in Oslo.
In Oslo. Yeah, there was some pitches behind the a university, and yeah, they had full goals and nice pitch.
I think the reality of 4 or 5 30-year-old blokes kicking a football around, it's not cool.
No.
Had it once, not anymore.
Yeah.
But we tour a table tennis table, which is just in the background there, and we try and set it up in whatever venue we can, and play little tournaments between ourselves. I've lost a lot of money to Russell over the years, because occasionally in practice I think I've got the better of him, but when there's money involved, he really ups his game. You've got your own bat as well, haven't you, Russ?
Yeah, not with me, but yeah, do have my own paddle. It's a paddle, not a bat. I think it's a little bit different comparing like players to somebody in a band, because players that they're always going to move, whereas a band's are very much you're not really in many more than one. So yeah, has a bit more significance than that, I think. But it's the 2 guys that came in, Elliot and Justin, they play differently. They make the band work differently. So you can always put comparisons like that.
Almost feels like we've got a new manager now. The whole style of play's been changed. Got a new backroom staff. It does feel different. I mean, it feels like we've just sort of released our new, our second debut. Really, it's given us the opportunity to readdress how we work together as a group. And yeah, it's been an interesting time. It's had its sort of really sad moments as well, of course, because Chris was with us for 10 years. So it's been quite painful, but we've got through it. We've created an album we're really, really proud of, and we're doing great. We're really happy together.
I lit a match in Vienna tonight. It caused a fire in New York. Where is my sin?